Welcome back, everyone. My name is Victor, the analyst, and I will be taking us through the second part of our um, tutorial. The first part was we tried to do the analysis and we brought our charts. So this time around, we're going to do a dashboard. A dashboard is where all our charts is bring together and our KPI. There is a summary of everything that is going on in the business. We're going to put them in just one sheet. So we see and compare whatever is going on. So without wasting our time, I want us to like go into the business of today. But don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get lots more information on data analysis. So we would you can do it up two way. We can actually click on this plus sign to create a new sheet, or we can just do um, right click and we'll click on insert. So any which way that works for you, then we'll click on OK. So this is gonna be where we will create our dashboard. So it's showing us sheet 3. We're going to rename this to dashboard and click on enter. So we change the color of the tab to any type of color we want. Then we would come to this point. We click on the drop down. We will say we want full screen mode. Yeah. So we would again go to our view, then we uncheck our headers. No, we need that. Then we check our formula bar. So now we want to this reason why we did that was to have enough space for us to visualize our data. So we want to cut some parts where the parts where we want our dashboard to be. So we would no my from my own screen, my screen has it like from A to U. So because of this extra column, let me say extra column here, let me put it as that. I'll leave allowance. So I'm going to start from U. I'll start from U and I'll press Control Shift and I'll press the um, right arrow of my keyboard and I'll right click. Then I'll go to hide. So that will cut off the parts I don't need. So I'll do the same thing on the row axis. From the row axis, I have it like 33. So I'll start from 35. I'll leave 34 as what's it called? Like the allowance because I will say we will still have to remove this. So this 34 will complement for that. So I'll start from 35. So what I'm trying to say is if your system ends in 32, you just leave one gap and start from 34. But my own ends in 33. I leave one gap and I start from 35. So I'll press Control Shift and I'll press the down button from my keyboard. Then I'll right click and I'll say hide. So this one I've cut off the down part, that is the row part. So now I want to uncheck what we don't need. And I will say we don't need green lines, we don't need headers. So now we're left with this is the place our dashboard is going to be. So in dashboard, color is really paramount. Like you don't just use any color. So I would go to a site called color. I'll go to a site called Canvas. So this is the color combination we're going to be using. Um, I can add this link to the description so you can check it out there to get your color combination. So I would write this out in a sheet of paper, or I can use my phone. Let me see, just a minute. Oh, because I'm not sure I can copy this. It's not copied. I'm not sure I can copy that. So I'll just get a sheet of paper to write that out. So um, my green is 568F22 a hash, and I have it like the brown. Let me say chart. This is green. This is 752A07 chart. Let me say brown hash FB CB7B toasted light brown. Now we have hash EB5E30 tomato, that is something like pink. So now we will go back to our Excel. So Excel have its default colors, but we don't want to use the default colors. We want to create our own color. So go to this up, click up here, then we'll go to page layout, then we'll go to colors, then we say um I'll say customize colors. So this is what we're going to change. We're going to change the first accent to green. No, we'll say more colors. We click on custom. We change this number to 56C8F22. Then we'll click on OK. So it changes to more colors. We have it as 752A07. Then we'll click on OK. So change the accent 3 to go to more colors. We'll change this default color to FB. If you notice, it's not case sensitive. 7B. Then I'll click on OK. Then I'll change this accent 4 to go to more colors. And I'll change this to EB5E30, and I'll click on OK. So I can actually, let's use a random color for this accent 5. Since we don't have any color, we can, okay, let me go back to my color. Let me see which other color we can actually use. We can use, no, I don't feel like using slate. We can use ivory out too. Okay, let's use navy. We have it at 002932. So I'm going to use navy. We'll go up here. We change this to more colors. We have this like 002932. Then click on OK. Okay. So this accent 6. Let's see what we can change it to. Let's see. Let's use this ivory. Hash F132E. Then I'll go back to this, change it to more colors. We have it like F132 E. Then I'll click on OK. Oh, I think I didn't copy that right. Arch F132 E. Then I'll click on OK. No, I didn't copy that right. Let me go back to my OK. Okay, I have F in between. It was 2 F. I was putting just 1 F. Let me do arch F1 F32 E. Then I'll click on OK. Oh, is this giving me hybrid? Something I feel like it's giving me something different. 32E. I feel like it's giving me a little bit something different. F1 F 3C. Not 2. This is C. 3CE. Now click on OK. OK. So save. So we would go to this. So now let's start creating our dashboard. So click here, we say Control A, right click, then we'll fill because we need to get a background color. Let's choose this as our background color. So now the next thing we're going to do, because let me just show us the dashboard we actually want to create. This is the dashboard we want to create. Let me show us a sample of it. Let me go to desktop. Okay, I'll go to this, then I'll go to this. Okay, weekend class. Oh, solution. So this is the dashboard. Like this is what we are trying to achieve. This is how our dashboard will look like. But in our own case, we used different colors. So you can notice that this is our template. In the background, we have background in the back of our template. So we've created our background. No, now we want to start creating our templates. So we'll go back to our work and let me delete this. So back to this base, we'll go to insert, we'll go to shapes, click on the drop down, then we'll click on this shape. So then we'll click and drag. So in our case, we don't want to use this color. So let's do something. We say Control D, resize this, bring that here. But before, let's do Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. So how many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want this to be more big. Let's make it more big. We drag this one a little bit front. So let's click outside and drag this a little bit outside here. Okay, no, it was too much. It's too much. Let's drag it also a little bit more. So let's rearrange this. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, now let's click on this, 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 click on this. Then come up here. Then we'll change this to align top, distribute horizontally. So, okay, now we have it. Okay, good. So we're going to do Control D for this to duplicate. We'll bring the template here. Resize it down to this. Let me see what we have over here. Okay. So make it a little bit small. A little bit small. It's okay. I just do Control D. Then drag this down here. Let me see what we have here. Okay. Let me drag. Let's click on this, this, and this. This is where our KPI will be. So we drag it down. It's supposed to get more space. Okay. Then we arrange this a little bit. Then we'll do Control D to bring that here. Drag it down. Do Control D. Control D. Do Control D. Drag this one down here. Resize this. Do Control D. We drag it down here. We resize this. Do Control D. We drag it down. Resize as well. This one will be a little bit small because this is where our line chart will be. So what next do we have? So we're going to change the color of this our template. We don't want to use this color. We want to use a different type of color. We go to fill, drop down. This is our theme color, the one that we just brought in. So I think we should go for something like no, this is too. Let's go for this is black. Should we actually use black? Thinking we should use black. No, this is black. I actually press Ctrl Z to bring it back again. I want us to do black, and at the same time I want us to use no outline. So that's that. So we need to let's do something. Okay, let's click on this. Then let's adjust this yellow. Adjust it here a little bit. Adjust this. Let's adjust this a bit. Let's adjust this a bit. So let's bring this up to be in this point. Let's adjust bit a bit. Adjust. let's adjust a bit. Okay, that's good. So now we would let's adjust this a bit. Uh, so now we would let's click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this, and I'll say right click. No, I go up here. Let's do shape format, distribute horizontally, align up. Okay, this is good. I put one on control and click on this, click on this, click on this. And I want to do, I would do distribute horizontally, align up. Yeah, that's good. And we adjust a little bit. Then we adjust this a bit. This adjust this a bit. So it should be almost the same line. Okay, good. So now let's start bringing in our charts. The first chart we're going to bring in is going to be this chart. This is our chart. This one. Do Control C. And go down to our dashboard. That is attrition by satisfaction range. And do click on the templates and do Control V. So let's click on this, delete. Just delete this. We're going to use the text first. Okay, let's do Control Z first. Let's use attrition so we can differentiate between the two. Attrition by satisfaction. Attrition by satisfaction. We would click on this, then we'll drag this down a bit. We'll adjust this. We would adjust this. Then we would bring this to the middle. Right click the fill. We click on the fill drop down. We say no fill. The outline, we say no outline. So let's change this. We would make it smaller a bit. Let's make it smaller a bit. Make it a little bit more smaller. Let's adjust this a bit to this point. It's good. So we want to change. We want to remove no fill inside or this. I'll click on inside my spiral chart. Inside each um, cycle, I'll right click. I'll say outline, no outline. I'll click on this, outline, no outline. I'll click on this, outline, no outline. I'll click on this, I'll say outline, drop down, no outline. I'll click on this, outline, no outline. Let's see, I'll click on this, outline, no outline. So now it's now left for us to like change the color inside the spiral chart. I want us to change the colors. Working with the double click, click one and click second time to select um the circle you want to work on. That is the spiral inside you want to work on. We right click here. We'll go to view. So we choose from our theme color. I would choose this. So I'll click inside again. I'll right click. I'll make sure I click twice. One, two. I'll right click. I'll go to my view. I'll choose this. I'll click here. Right click one. I'll click second time. I'll right click. Then I'll go to view. I'll choose this. Let me see this. Think this should come first before this. Oh, this is brown. We cannot work. So we can choose this. Then the last one, two. Right click. Then I'll choose this. So that's it. Close this. So we've done. We've actually formatted our addition by satisfaction, but there's still some things we need to do in this side this our box, but we'll come right back into that. um let's go to this place. Let me see how would this is satisfaction by, okay, right click, and I'll say sort by largest to smallest. Okay, sort by, let me see, smallest to largest. Okay, I think it's better this way. Okay, so now we want to bring in our second chart, addition by performance. Then we'll click on this, we say Ctrl C, click on this, Ctrl V. I'll click on this, I'll say delete. Then I'll bring this here. I'll go up here. I'll drag this down. I would do the same process I did here. That's what I'll do it in this place. I will just right click on this. I'll do right click. I'll say no outline. I'll click the second circle once, just once, and I will do no outline. I'll click this third cycle. I'll just click it once. I'll right click. I'll say no outline. I'll click the next just once. I'll right click. I'll say outline, no outline. I'll come in. I'll click inside here. No, here out here. I'll right click. Outline, no outline. I'll click inside, right click, fill, no fill, outline, no outline. Then I'll change this to attrition by performance. So now we're going to change these colors. Uh, I'll click here, I'll click it twice. I'll right click, I'll click one, I'll click here, I'll click it again, I'll right click, I'll click on drop down, I'll choose this color, I'll click one, I'll click second time, right click, I'll click on the drop down, I'll click on this, I'll click, I'll click again, I'll right click, I'll click on the drop down, I'll choose this, I'll click, I'll click second time, I'll right click, I'll choose go to the drop down, I'll choose this color. So I'll go back to my, let me drag this up a bit. Okay, I'll go back to my attrition by performance. I will right click here. I'll say source by smallest to largest. So go back to my dashboard. Yeah, I think it's better this way. So next online will be our, so I want this our this into glow to have, like, when you look at this, we have this shadow at the back of all these templates. That's what I want us to do. I want us to come here and bring it into our template. Click this, click everything. Mount is on control of, you can use control, or you click, put your hand on shift. Make sure you don't remove your hand on shift as you click on each template. And whenever you want to click on this template, don't click on your chart. Click the part where you don't have your chart. Then I'll click here. I'll say right click. I'll go to format objects. Then I'll go to um, this one here. Then I'll go to the present. I'll say alter. I'll change this out a shade of black. I'll use this. Okay. Transparency. Let me see. And let me change my preference. I'll use this. I'll change this to this color. Okay, I think it's more better this way. Then I'll press Ctrl, click on this, or click here so that everything goes out. So now I'm back to our chart. Let's bring in our next chart. We want to bring in, let me see. We want to bring in attrition by age. Let's go to attrition by age. Attrition by age. Age group, I'll call it Ctrl C. Then I'll go to my dashboard. Make sure when you're working with your, trying to do your dashboard, don't make your color be more than 5. You can see the way I went to go and pick my colors from that site. That should be your standard. Make sure you work like that. Let me delete this. I'm going to bring in a text box to write my title. So I'll adjust this. We don't want this. Click on this. Then I'll click delete on my system keyboard. On the grid line, you can do two ways. I can click on delete on my keyboard, or I'll come here and uncheck it here. I don't want that. And I'll resize this to a Ctrl Z. I'll click on the chart, click out here, and I will resize this to make sure it's enter, and I'll drag down a bit. Always have a space where you can put in your title up here. Then I'll right click here and I'll say no. I go to the view, no view, no outline. So I want to bring in my data label. I'll come to this point. I'll say data label. I'll click here. I want it. Then I'll click on this. I'll right click. Then I'll choose go to font. I'll change drop down. I'll choose this color and I'll click on OK. I'll click on this. I'll right click. I'll choose my font. I'll click on the drop down. I'll choose this color and I'll click on OK. That's good. So next, okay, let me click on this as well. I'll right click. I'll go to the outline. I'll say no outline. I'll click out here. Okay, that's that. So now let's bring in another chart. I want to bring in another chart. Let me see what we have here. Okay, attrition by salary by years of service. Attrition by salary. Attrition by salary range. Okay, now I think we need one more. Let's bring in salary range to drill down more. Like I want to know who. The reason why I actually brought in this years of service here is that we want to know, like in this salary range, who are actually collecting this money, because we can see that in our experts are actually collecting, and they're collecting from 70 to 90, 90 to 110, 50 to 70. That's in the cut across all salary, um, the cut across all aspect of workers. Aspects is all, and we have experts in 30 to 52 as well, and still they are still living. They are still living, and in this aspect too, from 90 to 110, they are still living. So we would still know what is actually going on, because even in um, uh, um, other companies, like other um, like the junior is actually, they are collecting this 70 to 90, but they are not actually having this kind of a value up to the expert. So let's just Control C and then go to dashboard, do Control V here, then resize this. Let's do right click, hide office on both on charts. We don't want this. Okay, think we'll leave this because we can't put in our data inside here. So we'll leave the side x-axis. We would expand this a bit. Let's see, we'll expand this a bit. Or can we just take this to the top? Let's see if we can take our data label to the top. No, the legend. Let's take our legend to the top. Let's see how it's going to look like. Top. Okay, good. Since we can add that on the top, we drag this down. We would bring it inside the template. Let it be inside your template. We would right click. We say fill, no fill, no outline, no outline. Yeah, we'll leave the grid line because we want to actually check the frequency. Like want to be using to be checking our figures. Since we cannot bring in our data label here, it will be a little bit crowding. So we change this to right click here. We change the outline to this color. We change the figure to go to font. Click on the drop down. We click on OK. OK. We click on this. Right click. Then we'll go to the outline. No, we'll go to, sorry. Right click. Go to font. We will go to the drop down here. Then we'll click on this. And click on OK. Then we'll click on this. Right click. Click on font. Drop down. Click on this. Click on OK. So this is what we have now. So next we're going to do is we would bring in our let's bring in this chart here. Let's see what is here. Let's see what is here. Let's see attrition by department. So now let's go and bring in, let's remove the outline over here. Click here, right click, outline. You see no outline. And click on this. Then we would go to attrition by department. Click on this, Ctrl C. We go back to our dashboard. Click on the dashboard. We click Ctrl V here. We click on this. We say delete. Right click. We say remove. Hide all feed buttons on chart. We don't want this. Right click. We would say delete. We will click on this. We don't want this. Delete. This we don't want it. We will say let's first do department, attrition by department. So we don't, no, you can just delete it. Let's delete it. Click out here, delete it. We don't want it. Since let's come here and Ctrl Z. Click us here. We bring it to this point. Then we'll say we click on right click on this. No, out here, right click. We'll go to um the fill. We say no fill. The outline. We say no outline. We click on we say right click. We click on the outline. We say no outline. We click on this, right click. We go to the font. We change this to this color. We click on OK. And there we go. We click on the plus. We say data label. We check it. That's good. Then we'll come outside here. So um, we're making progress. Let's bring in our next chart up here. So which chart do we need to bring in more again? Let's check. Let me check. Okay, the attrition by gender. So that will go to attrition by gender. We'll click this, Control C, and click on the dashboard. We do Control B. Okay, change this. Alright, click hide off it button on charts. We don't want this. We don't want the grid line. We click on delete. We don't want this. We click on delete. We don't want this as well. We click on delete. Then we adjust this to fit inside here. So let's do Ctrl Z. Then right click, draw this, drag this to the corner here. Then right click. Now up here, when you're trying to remove your background, don't always right click inside the chat area. Go outside here, like here. You right click here, click on the fill. You say no fill, go to the outline. You see no outline. So let's change the font. Right click, drop down. I'll choose this and I'll click on OK. I'll click this, right click the font. I would right click, drop down, choose this color. OK. I'll click on this, right click the font, drop down, and I'll click this and I'll click on OK. Alright, we're done with that. So we are left with these two charts for us to bring in. Then we will start bringing in our text bars and our KPIs. So we'll go to let me see. I think is let me check the next chart we want to bring in. Is a line chart and years of service. Let me bring these years of service. Control C. Go to the dashboard. I think this LOB adjustment. Control V. Okay. Alright. Click. Remove all field from charts. Click on this. I'll delete. Adjust a little bit. Oh, I'll do Control Z. I would adjust a little bit. I'll click on this. I'll say delete. I'll adjust a little bit. I'll click on this and I'll click on delete. We don't want this to be here. Delete. I'll click on the plus sign. Then I'll click on data label. Check this. I'll right click. I'll right click just outside of this chart. Inside of this chart, I'll click outside here. I'll right click. Then I'll go to view. No fill, outline, no outline. Then I'll click on this point, right click the font. I'll change it to the cream color. Okay. I'll click on this, right click, change the font to this, and I'll click on OK. So now we are left with, okay, let me remove the outline from this one. Click on this, right click, the outline, I'll change the outline, no outline. Okay, now we're left with the line charts. Let me go back to, we don't have any line charts here, so I'll go back to my data to create the pivot, uh, to create the pivot table for that, for us to do that. And I'll come here, I'll say insert, pivot table drop down, from table stroke range. I'll check this and I'll say okay. So I have it like I'll choose I would drag this to this my value. I'll say age. I'll take age here and I'll click on this. Okay, already clicked, and I'll go to pivot charts and I'll go to line and I'll say okay. So go back to my chart. I'll say Control V. Oh, Control Z. I didn't copy that. Let me change this to age, attrition by age. I'll click on enter. I'll change the tab color to green. I'll click on this Control C, go back to dashboard, click on dashboard. I'll do Control V. I'll, I don't need this. I'll click delete. I don't need this. I'll click on delete. This, I don't need this. Click on delete. I don't need this. I'll say remove all. Okay, let me adjust all this. This, I don't need this. I'll click on delete. I'll readjust my chart. I don't need this. I'll click on delete. I'll readjust it. I'll readjust this a bit. Hey, I'll do Ctrl Z. Out here. I would put inside here. Right click. I'll say format data series. I'll come to this point. I'll say smooth line and I'll cancel this out. I'll say right click. I'll right click out here. I'll say fill, no fill, outline, no outline. So now I have my line chart. It's time for me to start bringing in my text box. Let me label my. So let me bring in my text box. I'll start doing my title. Let me go to insert. I'll go to shapes. I'll go to text box. I'll go to create this. I'll bring in my text box. Then I'll write. Let me bring that here. So in this your text box, there are, when your console is blinking, you can't move your text box. You need to come out here, click out here. You see the console has stopped blinking. Then you take your mouse down, watch what is going to happen. I must make sure my console changed to this 4 cardinal points before I can move it. When you're inside here, it changed to this console as if you want to start typing. You want to move your text box to other place. You take it to the edge, like this kind of part, then you click on it, then you drag. You drag it to this place. I want to write attrition by age group. Then I'll hit attrition by by age group. Then I would click out here. I'll reduce this and I'll come here. I'll drag this to the middle. I'll select the text. I'll go to the drop down. I'll change this to 14. I'll change this to bold. I'll drag this like this. So I'll come up here. I would remove background as say no fill. My font color, I'll use this color. My outline, I'll right click this. I'll say outline, no outline. So there we go. My attrition by reach. I feel like this grid line we need to remove it. It's making my chart look a little bit crowding. So I'll come here, click on the plus sign. I'll uncheck the grid line. Yeah. Then I'll adjust this a little bit. I'll click on this, Ctrl D. I'll drag this to this point. I'll say attrition by salary range. Salary range. Then I'll do Ctrl D and I'll say, let me drag this down a bit. I'll drag it down. Attrition by age. Let me reduce this. Then I'll go to the edge, drag it to the middle. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do the same for this. Let's come down a bit. I would delete this. I don't want this again. I'll say delete. I'll drag this down a little bit. And I'll click on this. I'll click on the edge. I'll say Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let me see. I'll drag this to down here. So it's going to be attrition by satisfaction range. Let me just give attrition by satisfaction. I'll click over here, do Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'll bring this here. I'll click here. I'll say delete. I don't want that. I'll drag this down a little bit. Okay, let me see. I will drag this into this place. I'll make it like attrition by performance. You can see the way I'm just doing duplicating. Once I bring one text box, that's gonna work for everything. So I would reduce this a bit, and I'll click on this and say Control D. Right click into this place. Attrition by department. Then drag it down. Okay, so what next? I'm gonna do yeah, Control D, Control Z. It's actually going out there. Control D. No, come out here. Click out here. Control D. Then I'll drag that to this point. Attrition by YOS group. So I'll change this to attrition by salary by YOS group. By salary by YOS group. So I'll drag this. So that's that. So I would bring in all my let me start bringing in attention by gender will be up there. Let me do Control D. I'll drag this up there. Attrition by gender. Okay, now that's good. So now I want to bring in KPIs for this. I'll do Control C, Control V, or you can do Control D. Each anyone that is okay with you. You can actually do that. Backspace. Backspace. These points. They're very bad. Adjust this. Do Control D. And I'll say bad. Do Control D. Bad. Fair. And I'll do Control D. And I'll do good. and I'll click here, Control D, excellent, Ex- excellent. So we would arrange it. So let's arrange this. I'll click here. I'll put manual control and click on each word. I'll go up here. I'll go to shape format. I'll click on the align drop down. I'll click on say align vertically. I'll click on the drop down. I'll say align left. So there we go. So I will do Control D and I'll drag this. I'll say right click. Oh, not let me group yet. Then do Control Z. Better stay. I'll just click on this. Then do Control D. Might be a little bit confusing for. Okay, I bring this here. So I want to start bringing out figures. I'll do Control D. Change this a bit. Control D. Control D. Control D. Control D. So now let me select everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go to align top. Oh, sorry. I'll do Control Z. Control Z. Should be align top. Should be distribute vertically and I'll do align right. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. Let me bring this up a little bit. Okay. Then there seems we are actually having issues with this, but let's start with this first. So I would then go to my, let me go to my dashboard, attrition by performance. Okay, I'll go to my KPI for attrition by performance. So this is, I want to call out this value. I will say equals to if space and I put comma 0. I'll close my bracket and I'll click on enter. So I'll come here, I'll auto P down. I'll go to my, I'll go to view. I'll check my formula bar. Come here, I'll say open my console here. I'll click this and I'll click on enter. I'll open my console here. I'll click on this and I'll click on enter. I'll put my console here. I'll click on the next. I'll click on enter. For my console here, I'll click on this. Click on enter. For my console here, click on this. And I'll click on enter. So now we have this value here you want to take to our dashboard. So now let's go back to our dashboard. I'll bring out, click here, make sure this text bar is highlighted, and I'll press equals to on my formula bar. Then I'll go back to my attrition by performance range. Then I'll click on this and I'll click on enter. So now we have it there. So what I'll do is that I'll use format paints to format this. I'll click here, click out here, and I'll come up here, go to my home, click on my paint, click it once, click it again, then I have it there. Then we work on the next one. Let me adjust this a bit because the space, and make sure this is aligned. Okay, the next one is bad. Is this, oh sorry, let me check what I actually brought in for this value. I don't know. Let me need to go and check. Attrition by performance. Oh, this is very bad. I think it's correct. Very bad. It is correct. Enter. Okay, I need to do that again. I'll click here. Go into my paints. Click on it once. I'll click on one. Click on it twice. Oh, sorry, it didn't work. I'll go back here. I can actually double click here so that double click. I'll click on this one once. I'll come back here and I'll remove the painter. So the next one is bad. I will then go to equals to attrition by performance. Bad. Click on this. Click on enter. I'll click this. I'll go to up here. Double click this. Is okay? Yeah. I'll check. Click on this. Backspace. Click come here. Equals to no, I'll go to my attrition by satisfaction performance. I mean, I'll have it like fair. This is fair. Is the next one. Okay, it's already there. I click this, go up here. I'll click on my pins twice. I'll click on it twice, and I'll come and click on it already. Go back up and uncheck this. So we are looking for the next one is gonna be good. I'll click on the good. Just check out here. Okay, equals to attrition by performance. Good, good, good. I'll click on this and I'll click on enter. I'll click on this. Come to this point. Double click on this. Yeah. I'll come here. Click here. Uh, Equals to. Now in the next one is excellent. I'll go click on this. I'll click on enter. So I'll use my painter on this. Before I use my painter, let me click on this first. I'll come here, click here, double click here, click here. So now it's now left for us to like arrange this. Let me start arranging this. Let me bring this down a little bit so as to get more allowance. Get more allowance. It's a little bit clumsy. So we have it like this. Shift it down a little bit. Up. Let me adjust this a little bit. Click on this. Then up here. And I'll press the arrow down button. Okay. I'm using my arrow button on my keyboard to adjust the position. Think that's better now. So now we'll move on to the next one. But before we do that, let me think this one is a little bit further. Okay, now that's good. We move to the next one. Let's get for with satisfaction. Let's do the same thing we did here. Let's do it here. I'll come here, I'll select this, I'll select this, select this, select this, select this, select this. Then I'll say, hey, Control Z, sorry. I would do Control. Let me group them. I'll right click. I'll go to group. I say group. Oh, shit. Control Z. Oh, better still let me pick them one after the other. Oh no. It's actually dragging my template along. Okay, Control Z. So let me click on this. Start picking this one after the other. Then I'll drag. No. Control Z. Control D. I'll duplicate first. I'll drag to this point. Control D. Then I drag to this point. Control D. Then I drag to this point. Control D. Then I drag to this point. Control D. Then I'll drag to this point. So there we go. I'll adjust this. Okay. Okay. Click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this. Go to align, shape format, align, then align left. Good. So I would bring this Ctrl D. I'll drag this to this point. Click on this, Ctrl D. I'll drag this to this point. Ctrl D. I'll drag this to this point. Control D. I'll drag this to this point. Control D. I'll drag this to this point. Okay. So now I think it's now left for me to like let's arrange this. Um, okay, so let's go and see how we can arrange this. Let's go come up here after align, align left. Let me see. No, yeah, just feel like it's better that let me see align right. Yeah, I think it's better that way. So we click here, click inside here. Then I want to start bringing out all those. Let me go back to my attrition bias. Okay, yeah, okay, let me bring this out. I'll say equals to if arrow tab, have it like comma 0, close the bracket, and I press enter. Then I'll drag this down. So while we're putting if error is take for example now if we peradventure have this as a slicer and we click on this, you will know that um only one will be showing while the rest will not be in a pivot table again. So what will happen is that Excel will bring it as Rex error because it is actually not showing a pivot table again. So I just use this if error to undo such error in future. So now let me bring out my values. I'll click on this and I'll click on enter. I'll put it here. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. Put it here. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. I'll put it here. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. I'll put it here. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. Okay. Then back to my dashboard. Backspace. Satisfaction. Click on this. Enter. Then uh, this. I'll cancel this. I'll click on no. That's not supposed to be so. Oh no. Let me do something. Cancel this. And this is very bad. I'll go to backspace. Very bad. Very bad. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. Click on this. Equals to the bad. Click on this. I'll click on enter. Click on this. For the fair, please. The fair. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. For the good, backspace. The good. Click on this. Click on enter. Excellent. Backspace. Excellent. Click on this. Click on enter. So now we would try to like um, use our painter to bring out those colors. Click here, click here, click here, click here, click here. So now good. We have them here. Then I'll go back up here and I'll click this. So the next is our KPIs. Let's bring in our KPIs. I'll click here. I'll do Ctrl D. I'll bring it up here. Okay, I'll reduce this a bit. And do Ctrl D. Oh, Ctrl D. Bring that here. Ctrl D. Drag that on here. Ctrl D. I drag down here. Up. Click on this. Up. Here. Do Ctrl D. Ctrl D. Ctrl D. Ctrl D. Yeah. So now that's the name of our KPI. So I will now start editing. I'll do total employee. Attrition rates. There's gonna be attrition rate attrition rate. You got retention rate. We have what is it called? Retention rate. Then we have average salary. Average average salary. Average. What is that? Average. What's the next one? Average age. Let me adjust this. Yeah, it's like average years of average years of service. Do bring this down here. Okay, now let me start bringing in the KPIs. Backspace. But before I bring in my KPI, I need to call them out on my pivots table before I can start doing that. Let me delete this. Okay, let me leave it because I'll still need it for my what is it called, my banner. So let me start bringing in my KPIs. But before I do that, I'll need to go back to my, this is my KPI here. Let me start calling this out. I'll actually need one KPI more, that is years of service. Click on field list, years of service. I'll bring it down to this point. So what's going on? Sorry, it's taking a little bit time. Okay, back down here. I'll click on the drop down, click on this, click on the drop down, click on the drop down, value fit list settings, click on average, and I'll click on OK. Then I'll come to this point, I'll click on equals to, say if down tab, and I'll say 0, close my bracket, uh, no, I will do it like this. Sorry, let me do that again. So that we'll get is equals to if error, I'll say comma 0, and I'll close my bracket, and I'll click on enter. I'll come here, I'll drag it down to this point. Oh, but I don't want this to be an error. Let me do Ctrl Z. Let me do for this if okay equals to if error 0, close bracket, click on enter, and drag it down to this point. I'll come here. So now let's start bringing in our, we call this out, click on this, enter, come here, click here, click on this, enter, come here, click on this, enter, come here, click on this, I'll click here, enter, um, I would click on this, click here, I'll click this, and I'll say enter. So now I would want to actually make this two decimal places or one decimal place. And I'll go to format cell and make it one decimal place. I'll click on OK. Click here, I click. I'll go to format cell, click up, OK. So click this. Oh, we've not done this. Click here, click this, and I click on enter. So now we've called out our value. Let's do the same for our attrition rate. We want to call this out. So remember that in our first video, we actually call out our cell. We actually reference our cell. We didn't call it from our pivot table. But mind you, I'll tell you that you'll be having issues because let me tell you something. If I click on no, we can see that the 7 here actually changed position going up here, which changed the value here. And if I click on yes, it's actually changed the value that is here. Like this value in, let's take a look at this A4 is our yes now. Let me cancel the theta. The no is A4, right? And the yes is A5, right? So if I click on no, on yes, since you look at it, it's in A5, but it will change position to A4. So let me click on yes. It actually changed our position from A4 to A5. So now take for example now, had it been with, remember that we've referenced our 70 to be D4. So this where that place where 70 was is we replace to 30, which will actually be giving us issue. So for us to um, mitigate this kind of error, for us to like go round about it, we need to call out the value from the pivot table itself. So now let's cancel this and let's bring this our, let's say if error, say comma 0, and I'll say enter, and I'll come down here and I'll say the drag it down. So now let me call out the value. I'll come here equals to, I put the console in after the comma, after the open brackets, I'll put my console there and I'll say, I'll click on 17. Then I'll click on enter. I'll come to the next one, put my console in between the open brackets uh, and comma, and I'll put my click on the value and I'll click on enter. So now we have it. So now let's do a brief checking. Let me click on no. You see that it doesn't change the position of where 70 is. 70 still remains its position. Let me click on yes. 30 still remain in its position. So yes remain like 0. So that's it. That's what I was trying to get. So this, we're going to change this. We're not referencing the cell reference. We're going to use our if error. Then we make it 0. Say no, say comma 0, close the bracket. Then come back here. Then click on this. Then say enter. So now we'll bring out all our values from our pivot table. Now let's go back to our dashboard and do the necessary stuff. Go this way equals to, we'll go to the first one, we'll go to our attrition rate. There's where we'll get this, enter, click on this, click on enter. We have it there. We come to this point, we say equals to, go to attrition rate. Attrition rate should be in our attrition rate here. Attrition rate, this is the value. Enter. Then let's duplicate this. Control D. And drag this down to this point. Back. Okay, no, let me do something. Let me do Control D. Control D. Control D. I'll do Control D. Let me, oh, sorry, let me put it here. So now, let me start bringing in our, for the retention rates, I will come here, backspace, and I'll go to, click on this, I'll click on enter, click on this, backspace, yeah, backspace, I'll go to average salary, let me go to my KPI, that's where I get that, average salary, click on this, click on enter, average age to my KPI. Click on this, click on enter. Oh no, average, where's my dashboard? Let me start painting this thing so that I'll know what I'm actually doing. Let me start formatting what I've done so far. Okay, and then this, 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 this. Okay, now let me start average this retention rate, average salary. This not, she should be my average salary. Yeah, I think so. Average age. Now let me click on this, then backspace. I don't know if that should be my average salary. Let me go to my KPI. Um, KPI. Go to average age. Average age. Okay. Enter average years of service. Okay. Average years of service. I'll go to average years of service. Average years of service. I'll click on this. I'll click on enter. So now we have it. So let's start painting again. Double click. Click this. Click this. Good. So yeah, I think we're done with this now. So let's start arranging our KPIs, and I think we are good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. We didn't bring in our average, what's it called? We didn't bring in our average performance and average. I think this should do for our analysis. We can leave that. Let's just arrange this, put this in the middle. Or better still, we can. Let me see. This should do. Should do. Uh, okay. So now let me readjust this. Okay. Then okay. Okay. Now let's this. I feel this is too small. Let's just do. So now I want to adjust the size of these fonts. I'll do Control A. Make sure your console is blinking. Do Control A. Select it. Then I'll come to here. I'll change this to 18. Make it bold. And I'll double click on this. Select this. Oh, why is it not working? Okay, it's actually not working. Let me click on this. Okay, let me, what do you have here? 18. Alright, I want to actually use this to format everything. I'll click on this, double click, clear, clear, click here, click here, click here. So that's you go. I click up here. Then let me arrange this now. Arrange, 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 arrange. So now you're good. So we can now bring in our title and everything that we want to do. This is a text box that we are actually working on before. Actually, so the name of and our banner has the name of our. I think we are done with this text box. Let's formula bar. Let's remove it. Let's stop saying it. I mean, I'll check this. I don't want to see it again. So now this way, let's do this now. So let's write the name of the Sam Tech. Now I'm going to write everything in capital letter. Sam Tech. One. If you have a logo, you can actually have your logo here. Sam Tech, HR, attrition, data analysis. Data, not open the let's put data attrition analysis. So I'll select this. I'll make it bold. I mean, make it big. It's already bold. I take it like 28. Yeah, I think this is big enough. Then I'll do Control D. Drag it to this point. I'll write my name here. Samuel. Like Okon. Samuel. Victor. I'll make this. So I would do bring in my picture. Go up here. I'll go to insert. Go to picture. This device. Okay, downloads. I have my picture in downloads. So click on this. Click on insert. So I'll bring this here. Make sure you actually crop from this edge. Don't crop from the head. You distort your picture. So I'll take this up here. Yeah, that's my picture. Name of the analysis and data analysis there. That's my picture. Your name will be here. The title of the analysis will be here. So now we want to bring in slicer. We want to bring in slicer. Um, let's go up here. I'll click on insert. I'll click on slicer. I'll click on data model. I'll click on open. So let the we'll look for what I want to bring in is let me see. Sorry, a minute. I need to go and check our a minute. I'll bring in the gender. I'll bring in the years. I'll bring in the years of serving grade department. Should I bring in department? Mm, department. Then I'll bring in salary, years of service range, and I'll click on OK. So yeah, bring in this tree. I'll come here. So we want to start editing our slicer to fit our taste. So this is what we're going to do. Come up here, we say we increase the number of columns to 4. Okay, and I'll make this slice this to this point, and I'll bring this up here, come down here, up here. I'll change this to 2. Drag it to this point. Okay. Okay. Then okay, that's good. Can I make this a little bit wide a bit? Okay, good. It's the same some. Okay, I feel like that's better. Right click and I'll group. Let me group this and bring this down a little bit. Let's look like CPS 1. Then I'll click on this now. Up here. Click on slicer. Okay, no. I would up here. 2, 3, 5. Yeah. I would drag it up here. Drag it up here. I feel like there's no need for us to um, there's no point for us to um, there's no point for us to um, what is it called, edit our slicer. The system actually generated a very good this design for us, and I like the design, and this is what I'm going to use for this tutorial. But you can actually check my subsequent videos to check how to design a slicer, but this is what I'm going to use. And I want to cut some part. I feel like our dashboard is overlapping to other places. Let me see what I can do to actually fix that. Okay, let me cut this off. Just hide. Good. Click on escape. Just is my better up here. Then click on the check the headers. I think we're good. So we've come to the end. Oh, let me connect reports. We've not come to there. I need to connect reports and connect reports. Right click, reports connection. Check this, 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 check this. Okay. And right click, report connection. Check this, check this, check this, check this, check this, check this, check this. And I would check this, check this, check this, check this, and I'll click on OK. Right click here, report connections. Check this, check this, check this, check this, check this, check this, check this. I'll check audio bus, and I'll click on OK. So now our slicer can start working on all our charts. So one of the reasons why an employee will want to leave his organization will be tied down to dissatisfaction rating. Are you satisfied with your job? It might not really be the salary you're collecting. It ties down to the salary dissatisfaction rating. And other time, if your performance is not up to like your performance rating too, because if your performance is not, you're not really working well, the organization might as well retrench you. But when let's make an emphasis on these two factors. These are our cardinal point to dictate why the people are leaving. Because if the satisfaction rate is low, definitely the um, employee are not really satisfied with their job environment, with their salary, or probably so many things. So this will be our real cardinal point. So I want us to change the graph we have here. I'll post this graph. I want us to use a column chart, and this one I want us to remove this and make it a column chart. So we would take some time, probably like 20 to 15 minutes to fix that. So now let's go back to our attrition. Let's fix this first. Attrition by salary. So we want this to be just attrition by salary and range alone. We don't want it to be into three dashboards. Just come to this point, go to pivot table analyze, go to feed list. Let's remove this. Yes, of service. So it should be like this. Or want it to. Let's wait for some time for it to come up so that our charts will not be too crowded. Let's leave it like this. So go back to our dashboard. So it's okay this way. Let's edit this. We say delete. We click on this. We delete. So we have here. We say delete. Let's cancel this and click on the plus sign. Then we click on data label. Then we'll click on this. I'll say right click and I'll say click on the font. I'll change this to this color. Click on OK. So now let's treat this. Let's go to satisfaction by performance first. That's what we'll do. This satisfaction by satisfaction by performance. Like I said, I don't want us to use that chart. Let's just cancel this. Let's cancel this, delete, and we want to do a percentage representation. I don't want us to use the frequency. I just want to use relative um, relative frequency, like in the sense that you just show us the percentage. It does sounds more really okay, because normally what I'm trying to say is that this figure can be different within different employee group. Like take for example the experts. I noticed that the experts are much than the junior. And if we use the frequency, that would give us only our result might be biased. But when we do the percentage, it actually gives us the percentage of the value, which is more accurate compared to using of frequency. So let's find how we can do that. We'll create a measures for that. I don't want to do also to use a I don't want us to use show value as how we used to do is show value as I don't also use show value as percentage column total. No, let's do our calculation by creating a new measures. To do that, click on pivot table analyze, click on feed list, then we right click here, we say add measures. So what we're going to name is our measure. We're going to say total number of attrition. Then we'll come here. We say calculate tab. We say count. Okay. No, we'll come back here. Click on this. Come back here. We say count. Click here again. We say comma. Then it's going to ask us for filter. We say or. We say tab. Then we'll come to this point. Data sets. That means we say we want to remove filter from this um, satisfaction range. This satisfaction range, okay, performance range. We'll go to performance range, we'll double click on it. That's it. We'll close the bracket once and close the bracket twice, because all is a function and we have to close the bracket for that. Calculate is a function, we have to calculate. That's why we have two brackets here. So we change this to number, we have changes to whole number, then we'll click on OK. So now let's remove this and see what we actually have. I'll bring that total number of attrition. So you see, it's not applying filter on the measures we calculated. So now we want to do get our percentage. We right click, go to add measures. We say percentage of um, percentage performance rating. We say percentage of performance range. So now we have it like it's going to be um, count of employee ID. Click on tab. Make sure you follow the ItaliCense. Look at how I'm doing my own. I'm not writing on my code completely. Like I said, I'll say total. I'll click on tab to call the value in total number of attrition. Tab. Then I'll click on number. Then I'll click on the drop down. I'll say percentage. Then I'll click on OK. So now we bring in the percentage. Oh, performance range. Percentage of performance ranges is here. So this is it. So this one is showing us the percentage of each and every the percentage representation. It's showing that 21% employee feel bad, they have bad performance, and then 19% have um, excellent performance, while 21% have fair performance. This is better than using frequency. So we would remove this. We don't want this. So we'll have it like this. Then we'll click on this, and let's do the second one before we bring in our chart. Let's go to this. Okay, we'll delete all this. We don't want this. Click on delete. I'll click on delete. Don't want that as well. Click on this. Then we would know we've already calculated. Do some we have to do remove filter for this attrition by satisfaction range. So we will create another measure. Say add measures. We say total number of satisfaction. You can name it anything, but I'm just naming it with something that I can use to remember. Satisfaction attrition. By this way, I'll remember what that measure works for. So I have it like calculate tab, come here, click on this, count tab, click here, minus. So you go to all tab, then I'll click here, I'll go to um, down here, performance rating is going to be satisfaction range. I'll double click on this and I'll close my brackets second time. So now let me check my formula is correct. Then I'll click on OK. So now let's bring that into our value. Let's see what we have. Total number satisfaction range. They'll bring it out here. So we have it here. So let's remove this. So now let's look for our percentage. So it's going to be, we'll create a new measures for that. And add new measures. We say percentage of attrition, satisfaction range attrition, satisfaction range attrition. So it's going to be um, count employee ID divided by um, the new total number of satisfaction rating tab. Then it changes to number, changes to percentage. Then I'll click on OK. So I need to remove this. I don't want this. I'll put this here. So we have it here. So let's use this tool to bring in our charts today. I'll do this first. I'll click here. I'll go to my pivot table analyze. I'll click on chart. I'll use this and I'll say OK. So let me go back to this. Let me take this to my dashboard. I'll do Control C. Cancel this. Okay, let me delete all this. Don't want this here. Don't want this. Don't want this. Delete. Click outside here. Delete. Come here. The edge. Delete. The edge. Delete. 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 That's all. So I click on the template now to Control V. So now here we go. This for the performance, right? Yeah, attrition by performance. I'll resize this. I'm going to have it like this. I'll right click here. This I'll say delete. Right click. I'll say hide or face button on chat. I'll click on this. I'll delete. Uh, I'll do Ctrl Z. Do Ctrl Z. Let me click on this and shift it up a bit. I'll reduce this a bit. Yeah. I'll click on this. I'll click on delete. Right click. I'll say view. No view. Oh no, it's because we click inside. Can right click outside here. Say view. No view. Outline. No outline. So this, I'll delete this. Don't want this. Right click. I'll go to the font. I'll change this color to our normal color we've been using for the font. Click on OK. I'll right click again. I don't want to have the outline here. See, scroll down, no outline. Then I want my data to be showing on. That is the data label. Click on the plus sign. Click on the right click. Save font. Click on the drop down. I choose this color. I'll click on OK. So good. So this make more really sense because it shows us what is actually going on, and in this our performance rating we have it like okay, most of the worker like they are good, they have good performance, while the list is very bad, which is 14% are very bad. So we can actually say that conclusion saying that at least on an average they are doing well in terms of the job FTs. So let's check for the satisfaction. Delete this. Click on this. Delete. But we still have some things here. Delete. 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 Delete that as well. So let's go to attrition by satisfaction range. I'll click here. I'll come up here. Pivot table analyze. And I'll go to pivot charts. I'll use the same charts, column charts, and I'll click on OK. I'll do Ctrl C. Back to my dashboard. And I'll delete this as well. Click out here. This was the charts that we have. Okay. I click on my list. I do Ctrl V. So there we go. Adjust this. Click this. Delete. Delete. Click or right click on this. I'll say hide all feed buttons on charts. Then I'll delete that as well. I'll strengthen this. Eh, drag this down a little bit. Up here, click here. I'll reduce this a bit. Up, click here, down to this point. Okay, click the edge here. I'll click on delete on my keyboard. Click the green line, delete. Right click on the edge. Right click on the edge and I'll say fill, no fill, outline, no outline. Right click this. Right click here. I'll say outline, no outline. I'll right click here. I'll say font, click on the drop down, and I'll choose this, and I'll click on OK. So let's see, I need to bring in my table data label. I check my data label, yeah, so there we go. So um I would like to make it like from the largest to the smallest. So let's see, go back to this. All right, click here. I would say sort from the largest to the smallest. Okay, good. I'll go to the for the performance. I would say sort from the largest to the smallest. So I'll go back to my dashboard. So now this make a lot of sense. So we can actually deduce that, okay, yeah, this is what is actually going on. Because in our dashboard here, we can actually say that the employee are not really satisfied with their job, because we have it like fair, take the highest place, bad, take 22%, and very bad takes 19%, while the least is 17%. Good is a 17%, and 19 is excellent. So you can say from the fair down to very bad, it takes up to like 60, or let me say 60%, or while the rest is like 40%. So we can actually say that they are not really satisfied with their job. That is why they are leaving. You understand? So in terms of performance, like I said before, the workers are actually doing well, because these 24 and 24 for the good, 24% of the workers are doing good, and 21% are doing fairly good, and 21% are actually doing bad, and excellent for 19%, and very bad for 14%. So they're not really doing bad, but the satisfaction rate range actually shows that they are not really satisfied with their job. So there are so many things to look out for, but this is the main actually stuff that we can actually look out for as at now. Why are they leaving? Which this shows the actual reasons why they are leaving, and it could actually be tied down to their salary too as well. But we cannot really dig deep into our dashboard, because it's going to take a lot of time. So with this, uh, we can actually say that if you are once you're done with this, you can now start drilling down to check what's going on. But I believe that these visuals speak a lot of sense compared to the spiral charts. Come to the conclusion of our um, tutorial today. I hope don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much, and God bless you.